Give me a second. One of my feeds is not going live over here. There it is. All right, now I'm with you. Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. I don't know if Miss Lauren Zarnecki is on this morning, but we are going to give her a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Lauren. We appreciate you. A little bit of love. And we got a special guest with us this morning. Don Kavanaugh is joining us from Seven Roads Media. Don and I have been partnered together for a long time, and he is the man when it comes to media, and he is going to drop some knowledge on you guys this morning. So I'm really, really excited. I'm going to turn it over to you, Don. Take it, buddy.
Wow, that was quite the introduction. Good morning, happy Monday. I don't know how Steve gave me the Monday morning slot, but I will take it. And I would like to point out that for any of you who know Steve well, I did see him doing some seat grooving to some Justin Bieber. I think I'm a little bit ahead of that time, but whatever we listen to. Good morning, everyone. I am Don Kavanaugh from Seven Roads Media. Steve asked me to jump on this morning. You may have seen my name pop up here and there. I'm usually camera shy, but I had no choice this morning. This morning, what I wanted to do was go over some tactics, if you will, in terms of using your social media to generate sales from leads. So what we're going to do is Steve is technologically advanced as he is. We couldn't quite figure out how to share my screen, so he's sharing his screen with my presentation. I know a lot of you are listening in this morning, so I'm going to try to be as verbal as possible. But I would be absolutely happy to share these slides with you as we go. So you're going to hear a lot of next, and that's going to be my cue to Steve to go to the next slide. So without further ado, how to optimize social media for leads and sales. Next, please. So I'm going to fly through some of these because I don't want to waste your time. This is how you can follow me on social media. Don Kavanaugh 7. I'm probably bigger on Instagram than I am on Facebook. There's a reason for that. And our Seven Roads Media page is also up there. Here's where you can get a copy of the slides. If you want a copy of the slides, just DM me the word slides to my personal account, or actually I run the company account too. If you DM that, I know that you're interested in it. I know that you're looking to level up your social media game a bit, and I'm absolutely happy to send them to you with no strings attached. Next, please. Don Kavanaugh, I'm following along on my thing.
Hey, I just want to jump in. Can everybody see the slides that I'm sharing? We just had somebody. Can I just get a thumbs up if you can?
Yes.
Okay, Shaston, I see your comment that you can't see the slides. There is a version of me called Steve Pin This Video. So if you're following us on Zoom, you're going to want to make sure that you pin that video. Steve Pin This Video is the account that you're looking for. If you do that, you should be able to see these slides.
Thank you.
You got it.
Perfect. Thank you. Again, my name is Don Kavanaugh. I'm the founding owner of Seven Roads Media. Really quick about us. I launched Seven Roads in 2016 as a hobby. We are now at a team of 11. In 5 years, we're over $2 million in revenue. I've removed myself from the day-to-day, although when Chris Cook calls, I am there. Chris is one of our many OG agents, so thank you so much. And in addition to owning Seven Roads and running Seven Roads, I am also a coaching partner with Acre Partner. I coach other real estate media companies and their owners. So you can see a few pictures there of me, but who cares? Let's keep going. Perfect. Okay, so I want to make sure that I give you as much value as possible. I would absolutely love to give you, again, no strings attached, This content idea guide built especially for real estate agents, it can really help you, give you ideas to push forward in terms of your social media. That know, like, and trust is huge. Next, please, Steve. Actually, if you can skip this one, we'll just get to it. One more, please, and thank you. Okay. So if you're posting every day, but your business isn't growing, there's a specific reason why, and this is how you fix it. If your social media isn't getting you clients, you don't have a content problem, you have a conversion problem. So I know in this industry and many other industries, we talk about conversion, taking somebody into a funnel to the point where you have an opportunity to work with them. Next, please. Again, we're going to fly through this. I want to make sure we have enough time for. Oh, I think you went one too far, Steve. There should be an engagement and conversion. Perfect. Thank you. Engagement versus conversion. You're creating content for engagement, not conversion. That's the issue that everybody runs into. It's great to put content out there, but if you're just throwing it out there to see what sticks, that's not a good strategy, right? So what we want to do is utilize these platforms to convert people into clients. The absolute best way to do that is to create a conversation. And conversations are, you can either get them through posts, back and forth posts, but even better is the old, I just turned 50 last week. I think I can still say this, might be cool, might not be cool. You want people to slide into your DMs. That is where all the magic happens. If you talk to the younger college kids, they may have a little bit different take on that than those of you who are building businesses through it. But likes and shares, they feel good, but they don't pay the bills, right? It's great to put something up there, have it go viral. That's awesome. You're getting that exposure. There's nothing wrong with that. However, if you're not taking that opportunity to convert people into a client, you're really missing out. So if your posts don't lead to conversations, essentially they just aren't working. We're on social media. We are using these platforms to build our businesses. And I think people over the years have forgotten about the key point in social media, and that's the social part, right? These platforms want you to stay online on the platform because of their, that back end revenue generation machine that Facebook and Instagram have. But the way to do that and the way to keep that, machine churning for you is to keep people on the platform, which the best way to do that is with these conversations. So the solution is to create content that builds trust, creates demands, and drives sales. This comes back to the old know, like, and trust, right? Whenever you're working with somebody, you want to be in a position where they know you, they like you, and they trust you. And that's going to convert somebody who is at the top of that funnel, that awareness part, into your listing presentation, or turns into a client.
Don,
So instead of just
I'm going to
go ahead.
stop you right there for a bit. Just with regards to posting, because obviously I'm trying to up my game. I'm posting fairly frequently, not as frequently as I should. We're now popping this onto YouTube and we're chopping it up. And I think one of the things that everybody's got to realize when it comes to like this engagement and then getting people into the DMs and everything is it takes, a while before you're going to start to see conversion. You can do everything right. You can get the perfect post with the perfect headline and you've got your ManyChat set up and the automatic response comes when somebody types slides, right? They get the auto response and they get the slides and all of that. But it can just take a little while, I mean, I'm doing this call live every day. We've been doing it, posting it to social for, I don't know, over a month now. And you're still getting very few, or I'm getting very few DMs, very few views. We got to build the channel. So I think, one of the things as you're talking about this, I just want to make sure people understand just not to get discouraged that you got 4 views or nobody DM'd you, or right. The key is to just get comfortable with posting. I think that's the strategy that I'm going for, is get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, for sure. And I think what that comes down to is, and I would say from my perspective, we have the 2 channels. Essentially, we have 2 channels. We have mine that I run and I post some personal things on there, and then we have the business one. I get far more business through my personal channel than I do the business channel. The business channel, it's almost sometimes I feel like we have it because we need to have it, but I get far more business through my personal channel. And it really comes down to, in my opinion, and this is based off, the research and what everybody's telling us, is that know, like, and trust. For those of you who have worked with me for a while, like, I like to crack jokes. Sometimes I'm kind of a foolish, if you will. Like, I like to have fun, and I think that is more resounding than being that perfect. The post has to be perfect, and the edit has to be perfect. It really comes down to that know, like, and trust. So, um, don't get discouraged. You need to continue to do that, and this is for like being in this industry, the real estate media industry. We have agents who will use video once and they're like, oh, it didn't work. And it's like, you need to give it time. And I know I picked on, I shouldn't say picked on, I mentioned Chris Cook, and I can only see a few, so I apologize if you're one of our clients. I love you. I'm so appreciative of you. But I only see a few there. But like Chris Cook, she's been doing video for 5, 6 years. We've been working together, and it's proven to be successful for her. So that's a great point, Steve, is that you need to just continue to do it. But there is that specific way to do it. And that specific way to do it is to convert people through conversation. So at the bottom of this slide, you'll see, instead of just posting a listing, add some sort of CTA, call to action. DM me for a private showing, right? That's where that conversion is going to happen. That's where that know, like, and trust that factor is going to play in, is a conversation. Let them let them see that you misspell things. One of the best things for me is, I got my phone here. I'll do a video message like, hey, Steve, thanks so much for connecting. I see that you like dogs too. I got a picture of my blue tick hound there, and he's an idiot. Let me know if you have any questions about video or marketing or whatever it is. Like, those video messages are absolutely game changers. And the reason is, nobody does them. This is like one of those things, we listen to Tom Ferry, we listen to Sharon, we listen to all these people in this industry, and they're all talking about video, but a very small percentage of people have gone all in on video, and that's the key. Like, we've seen it. There's so many studies that show that video is the answer. 403% more views, more listing clicks when you're using video. It's really easy, in my opinion. Steve, if you could hit the next slide here, we're running short on time, so I want to make sure I hit everything. Okay. So clarity wins. Do they know what you offer? And this comes down to the know, like, and trust, right? Your audience enjoys your post, but do they know what you offer? And from my perspective, like, essentially, it looks like everybody on here is my avatar, somebody that I'm going after in terms of a potential client. When I look at your Instagram, if you're using social media for lead generation, if I look at it, am I going to immediately understand what you do? And I say that because, yes, I'm looking and I want an opportunity to work with you. But if if you're working with somebody, if you have some sort of prospect, they are absolutely 100% vetting you on social media, just like you vet your kids, significant others, just like you vet people that you creep on Facebook, right? The old creep on Facebook and creep on Instagram. 100,000% your potential clients are vetting you and creeping on your Instagram. Do they know what you do? Do they know that you go above and beyond for your current clients? Are they going to understand that you're going to be the best choice for them to sell their most prized possession, which is their home? So you want to make sure that your profiles are very clear. Are you clearly showing how you help buyers and sellers? Can a new visitor immediately understand your value? Why should somebody work with you over the other 1,600 agents that are in Western Massachusetts? Lastly,
Hey, Don, Don, on this,
yes.
I want to jump in on this one because I
Yeah.
think one of the things that the world that we're moving into is lead generation on social, right? And that's kind of what you're talking about here. But even when a lead is coming from outside of social, we're really starting to encourage our agents to try and go and then connect on social, right? So, especially if
Mhm.
somebody maybe you haven't been in touch with for a little while or could never get in touch with, if you can find their social profile, maybe you could reach out because I think a lot of times they think on a lead that it's just a bot getting back to them, right? And you want to just show
Yep.
that you're human. So, the
Yep.
problem with reaching out on social to a lead, if your social profile isn't good, right? So now you connect with them, you DM them, they DM you back, and now you've got a little bit of rapport building going on, and they look at your social profile and there's no post there. That could be difficult, right? It doesn't, what, does this
Yeah.
guy actually sell real estate? Right. So that's another reason why I want to encourage agents to try and get content up there, even if it's somebody else's content. Right. We push Keeping Current
Yep.
Matters a lot here. If you want to share some of their stuff, some of our stuff, if you're at Real Broker, some of Real Broker stuff, just show that you're in the real estate industry. It doesn't even have to be all of your own content, but put content out there that so when they're looking at your profile, they're like, oh, this guy does real estate.
Yep. Yeah, that's a great point. And again, it gets back to that vetting, right? People are going to look you up, just like you're probably looking up the leads that you're getting close to working with. They're looking you up too. The other thing I would say too is on these platforms right now, collaboration is the most important thing, or the biggest, maybe it's the best way to say it, is the easiest thing to do to get in front of more eyeballs. So if you're posting videos and you're collaborating with, your brokerage, the big one for me that I see is like our Seven Roads Instagram has 8,000 followers. Like if you're collaborating with Seven Roads, we're 1,000,000% gonna accept the collaboration. You're now getting put in front of another potential 8,000 people. So the collaboration is key, and that's huge because you're sharing you're sharing your audiences, and when somebody does click on your profile, they're going to see all that information. They're going to see that you're collaborative. They're going to see that you're working with others. They're going to see that you're a big part of the Western Mass, Northern Connecticut. I see our Florida friends. Adam, I see you. Like, people are going to understand that you're part of this community. Steve, the next slide, if you don't mind. All right. And then guide your audience to take action. One more slide. We're going to get a little bit deeper into this really quickly. We got about 10 minutes left. Probably 5 because I want to give some Q&A time. Guide your audience to take action. You're not leading them anywhere if there's no CTA, no funnel, no offer, right? So every post should tell your audience what to do next. DM me for more information. Call me. Again, the DMs are great because you're keeping people on the platform. Simple calls to action. DM me for a home value report, some sort of lead magnet. I have a lead magnet. You should have a lead magnet. ChatGPT is a great place, a great way to build out a lead magnet. Click the link in my bio to book a call. Save this post if you're buying in 2025. Start a conversation. Next, please. We're getting close to the end, I promise. Okay, stop chasing vanity metrics. You'll see that little tidbit of info on the side. A post with 500 views and 5 leads is way better than a viral post with 1,000,000 views and 0 leads or 0 sales, right? So you need to start thinking about those hooks. How am I bringing people in so that they're watching this? But also, what's the call to action? How can I get them to start a conversation so I can continue it, build that rapport, the know, like, and trust factor, and get deeper into their decision-making process when they're buying or selling? The goal isn't just to go viral, it's to make money. We're all here to make money. We're all here to put a roof over our heads and food on our table. If you're just posting to get vanity metrics, you're going to lose in the long run. And the other thing, instead of chasing trends, post content that attracts actual buyers and sellers. If you want to attract, and this goes down to your demographic too. If you want to attract, the mid-20s who are big on, TikTok dances, then, maybe that's good for you. You just need to understand like what your avatar is and align the post with that avatar. Next one. So your content should do one of 3 things. It should build trust, it should create demand, and it should drive connections. The connections should come down to conversations, whether in the DM, whether it's texting, whether it's calling, whether it's emailing, whether it's connecting at a local coffee shop. If your content isn't doing one of these things, it's just filling space. Next one, Steve. Likes don't pay the bills, conversions do. That's one of the easiest ways to put this, right? If you're able to take these posts and turn them into conversations, it's just going to keep pulling people deeper into your funnel. We all know there's, again, 1,600 or so realtors here in Western Mass. You're all fighting for the same inventory. What is making you different? And what makes you different could be that, picking up my phone again, that video message that you're sending, that authentic, original video message that you're sending through DMs. Steve, one more, I think. Fix your strategy, not just your frequency. Make sure that the content you're putting up there is communicating with people so that you're building that know, like, and trust factor. You're giving them value, whether the value is somebody looking to buy a home in West Springfield, Massachusetts, or you're using tags, you're using locations, you're using collaborations to appeal to somebody who's looking to sell their home or buy their home, whatever it is. You want to make sure that that's appealing, that content is appealing to that person. Steve, a couple more left. Content is fire, social media is gasoline. Actually, you can leave it on that one, Steve. Again, this is the content idea guide. This guide, absolutely happy to send it to you, but this is one of those things that can help you. You guys are super busy. This is one of those things that can help you just come up with an idea, turn it into your own, and start posting. There's one more, Steve. Follows on social. Again, DM me or our company one if you want a copy of the slides. I'm absolutely happy to send them to you. No strings attached. Basically, what this comes down to is, as you're posting, make sure that you're posting things that are establishing that know, like, and trust factor, and that you're creating conversations out of them, because those conversations turn into conversions. And that is it. I do have a little Q&A section here. Would love some questions, or if anybody's, Steve, if you have any comments.
And my first thought is maybe just to hear from some people on the call that are starting to post maybe a little bit more. What is it that are some of your go-tos that are just easy, where you're not having to necessarily create your own content? Is it the KCM slides? Is it something else? Like, what are you doing to just make it a little bit easy for the person that's not posting at all? Anybody have a couple of tips or tricks or what helped them kind of move more in this direction? Don, do you have any thoughts on this? I'm not seeing any hands go up.
I mean, I guess I could say something.
Go ahead.
Not necessarily real estate related, but back in the day, my buddy and I had that auto detailing company, and we would always post all of our cool stuff on social. And we're talking, I mean, exotic cars, luxury cars, all the coolest videos. It never went viral, but through social media, it was like there was a J curve effect where our business was running steadily at like an 18% growth. And then just through social media, we just started getting clients left and right. So it was like our posts and our videos of like a really cool Lamborghini or a Rolls Royce would probably only get about 20 or 30 likes or comments. But that blew our business up from basically making a couple $100,000 a year to almost $5 million a year in a short span of time. So it definitely works. I never pushed to go viral, but social media definitely helps.
Yeah, I think if you're trying to go viral, I mean, you're missing the boat. That's not what we're trying to do here. I was actually listening on the car ride in this morning. On the car ride in, I was listening to an interview with Mr. Beast. So that is the famous YouTuber, and he talked about, like, I want to say it's like a decade before he gets to any kind of popularity or fame. And he describes it as just like an insane loose screw that he had, this obsession with being a social media influencer, with being specifically a YouTuber. So he's like, if the emotional drain that it's going to take if you're looking for likes and views, you get out. Because he's like, most people aren't going to be able to handle what I went through in order to get here. The time, the energy, the amount of posts. And that's, kind of the message I'm trying to drive in this morning is just, you can't be worried about that. You just should be getting more comfortable with being able to post, right? How quick can you get a post out? How much are you sharing? Is it a little bit of personal, a little bit of business? I think those are the key things that I'd be worried about initially until you're just very comfortable with that stuff. Chris, I saw your hand. Go ahead.
Hi. Thanks, Don. It was great to see you on there. So for me, I'm just saying those KCM boring. Like I'm just, if unless you have that kind of person that is the engineer, like I get more interaction, like Don said, to make conversion by saying, I just slipped on the ice showing a house and I brought my own in the back trunk and sprinkled it on. I'll get more people chit-chatting with me over the fact that I fell on ice than I say I sold 53 houses or whatever. You know what I mean? So that is, I do think that it's a little bit of everything. Granted, those things like the KCM and different real things are good for knowledge here and there, but I personally don't seem to get too much when I post that stuff. I do post it. It just doesn't seem to be where I get conversation.
Yeah, it's a
Chris,
great point, right? Go ahead, Don.
I would say to that too is like, that is the KCM stuff, which I'm familiar with, like that's good information, but like you can get that anywhere. If somebody's looking to buy or sell a house, they're going to do that research, right? They want to work with somebody that again, like the know, like, and trust. I hammer that. They want to work with somebody that, knows that they have 3 dogs and knows that, they like to, I see Adam Rovithis here. Like I'm a huge cruiser. Like if somebody connects with me and they're like, hey, I just went on this ship, like immediately I'm like, oh, hey, like, if I'm going to sell my home, I'm not. But if I'm going to sell my home, I'm going to probably go to that person that knows that I feel comfortable talking about cruises or talking about blue tick hounds or whatever it is. And that's the know, like, and trust. So Chris, that's a great point. Like people want to see that organic, authentic you. That's what it comes down to. It's the personal connection that is going to build your business 100%.
I will say too, I stopped doing videos because I'm doing reels. Okay, right, Don?
Yep.
I jumped on the bandwagon, but because I did that, at the end of every one of my videos, I've always done Chris Cook cares for you because it started with the Rovithis, whatever. But at the end of I had 2 people last week go, why aren't you doing Chris Cook cares for you anymore? Because now on the reels, I'm not really talking. So I do have to really think, do I need to do both? Because it's what I've branded myself as. But, consistency, that's the thing. Execute consistency, just do it.
100%. Love that.
And
Thank you.
just for a little clarity there, when Chris says, well, she's not, it might be a little confusing with the lingo that she's using. I'm not doing videos, I'm doing reels. She's talking about her listing videos, right? So she's not doing those full length listing videos anymore. She's going to kind of where the world is going to, the shorter video, shorter attention span. Like the old listing video that's 3 minutes long, nobody's watching that. Right? How do you get something that's quick, that pops, and reels are the way to do it? Some trendy music.
Yep. Under a minute for videos. That's, if you get a good hook in that first 3 seconds, you can probably hold somebody for 30 to 60 seconds. Other than that, you need to tell a story. There needs to be value. There needs to be entertainment or education. So anything under a minute, if it's got a good hook and fast pacing, you're more apt to have a positive ROI on that.
So I do want to interrupt. We took up the entire show today with the media stuff, which was great done. Did anybody have something, though, that you came to this call this morning you're struggling with on one of your deals that you just need a little bit of guidance on before we wrap it up? Anything in general? Hey, I got something weird going on. I'm stuck in this situation. Don't be shy. We're happy to help. You guys got to do more deals if you're not struggling on any of your deals. All right, Don, any parting words from you?
I can ask a I have a
You got
question.
something,
So where have you
Romani?
met?
Go ahead. What do you got?
Yeah. So I met someone yesterday, and he is a first-time home buyer. He's back from Afghanistan, has been in the country only for 2 years, and he said that he's looking for a house close to 260 or 270, but doesn't have any down payment, will not be able to pay for closing cost, and if he has to pay a buyer's fees, that will also be part of the mortgage. I wasn't sure. He wants me to connect. He didn't want it to sign the buyer's agreement, but just wants me to connect him to a lender who can help him get that loan for the full amount. Is that something that is possible? I was going to reach out to Samper Loans today, but just wanted
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get your
There are
feedback.
100% financing loans out there. Semper has a couple of different options. And one of the best options that's out there, but depending on where this person is looking, is the USDA 100%. But you got to be in rural
Worcester,
areas.
MA. So he's looking in Worcester, MA, but his budget is 260, and he says
Yeah, that's
$0
going to be
down. Like,
That's going to be pretty difficult. But Semper does have some 100% financing options. So I would definitely reach
okay,
out to them and have them talk to this individual and see if there's a way to get him pre-approved.
okay, okay. Thanks.
Did anybody else have any other thoughts for Rumani on 100% stuff?
Not on the 100% stuff, but Steve, when she said he wouldn't sign a buyer's agreement, I've been doing the touring agreements lately just because it's good for 7 days, and then I win them in those 7 days. So you have to win them in.
Me too.
Have
Thank
a
you.
7-day window. You know what I mean? But that's another way for her.
Good feedback. Thank you. All right, we'll wrap it up like we always do. Let me share my screen here. We'll let you guys know what training is available today at Real Broker. We have how to create a SEAL team. So if you're somebody that is a top producer and you're looking to get it to the next level, this SEAL team training might be for you. The fortune is in the follow-up. Social media and marketing mastermind, a little bit extension. If you liked what we talked about this morning and you're looking to up your social game, probably a good training to take. The sales accelerator and mastering the buyer's presentation. So 5 different opportunities to up your game today. Get out there, take a training, come back to this call and share what you learned. Appreciate you guys. We went over a little bit today. Let's do it again tomorrow. Take care.